Okay, hi, I'm Erika. I'm 19 years old, and I'm currently studying psychology at London. I currently live in residence at London, but I'm from Kitchener.
Go.
Okay. My dad originally went to U of T to study chemical engineering. However, it was a job market that was dying out, so he switched to public relations and now does tax complaints.
Go.
Alright. So my mom, she originally studied English at York University. She originally wanted to be a writer, but that didn't really happen. Then she studied, I think she went to med school, I'm not sure. She went to become a personal support worker, which is essentially someone who works in like the residential homes with the elderly. I can't remember where she studied that, but I'm pretty sure it was the same place that she studied cooking, which she did after, and now she's a cook, so yeah.
What do you know about Canada's unemployment issue?
Well, I know there was job cuts a couple of years ago, like that was a big issue. However, in like my hometown, getting a job is very difficult. Like, you just can't get a job there.
Are you currently unemployed? Employed?
I'm not employed.
Have you handed in dropped resumes in stores, online, in person, or fast food restaurants recently?
Not within like this year, I'd say. Last year I did a lot when I was in Kitchener. I mean, I applied to like probably at least 50 places. Like it was like everywhere that was around my place. And I think only 2 people called me back. And only one of them called for a job interview, which I got a job for, and that was Food Basics. So.
Could you tell me about your volunteer experiences and work experiences?
Okay. Well, I've worked at Food Basics. That's the only place I've worked at. Usually I just volunteer about like events that were happening in Kitchener. One thing that happened a lot were like Comic Cons have been happening there recently, so I've been volunteering there.
Okay, how do you feel about being unemployed?
I mean, not good. Like,
emotionally, physically?
well, it's like, it's kind of upsetting not having a job, and it's like really stressful, because you have like the whole, can I pay for this, and you always feeling like you need more money, so.
What was your last job?
My last job was Food Basics.
Why'd you leave your job?
I was moving here to Toronto to continue post-secondary.
Have you been doing, what have you been doing since your last job?
I've been studying at university here, so.
This is going to be a really random question.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the most frequent and annoying questions people have asked you because of your unemployment?
Frequent and annoying questions. I mean, my parents did bug me a lot, like, why haven't you got a job yet? Are you actually applying? Is one that I got a lot. However, like, a lot of people knew that getting a job was really hard in Kitchener, especially, like, if you didn't have any past experience with work. It was just, like, you couldn't get a job.
What about here in Toronto?
I don't know, I haven't actually applied to Toronto, so.
So this is going to be futuristic questions.
Okay.
You could take a few seconds to think about it if you want. So what are your options after if you cannot get a job after graduation for your specific major?
For my specific major, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'd just probably have to apply everywhere, really. I'd probably be stuck with like a low-paying job, which would suck, but you know, kind of have to just get anything, really.
So are you going to be going to med school, or?
I'm hoping to go to med school.
Okay.
That's not guaranteed.
Would you ever think of going back to school again to pursue another degree for a low-paying job if you don't really get the specific job that you wanted?
Not for a low-paying job. Like, if I was guaranteed like a job afterwards, or if it was highly likely, then I would. But other than that, probably
like,
not.
let's say if you graduate and you really want a specific job, like the one you're taking, like psychology.
Oh, you mean like going into psychiatry?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would do that.
But what if you don't?
What
if
I
you don't
go?
get the job?
What if,
Would you
like,
would you go back to college again or university
no,
to pursue a low-paying job?
You'd have to deal with like all the student debt on top of that, and like going through that again. I don't think so.
It's traumatic.
I mean, like going into that's like a good 7 years at least, you know, and then continuing like even more education. Like there, you're like kind of screwed by that point.
Imagine having 200 grand of debt.
Yeah, like
It's gonna suck.
yeah. So